HOA Karen sent security after my wife, not knowing she's the county sheriff. I live in an HOA community. While I was deployed, my wife took over the mortgage and property taxes for our home. The HOA sent her a letter stating that she needed to sign over the mortgage and tax documents to them because she wasn't the primary owner. They also stated that if she didn't sign these documents over to them, they would pursue legal action. My wife responded by telling them she would be happy to sign over the documents to them after they filed the lawsuit and it went through the court. She also told them that she was more than happy to pay the attorney fees they would incur. About 2 weeks after this exchange, my wife got a call from the HOA president saying that maybe we could come to an agreement before going to court. My wife told the president that she would be more than happy to sign over the documents once the lawsuit was filed. The HOA president then asked if he could send someone over to pick up the documents. My wife told him that she was uncomfortable with that and that she would drop them off at his house. And just so you get an idea of how this neighborhood is, all the houses are individually gated, and the HOA maintains a security gate at the front of the neighborhood. This security gate has cameras and a guard shack where guards sit 24/7. The HOA president tells my wife, "I don't know, it just seems like something that someone would steal or destroy on the way there," my wife says. "Well, you would not have to worry about that if you did not send some thug to my door in the middle of the night to try and take the documents. You want me to sign over the documents, sue us, and go to court? I'm not signing anything over while you guys are threatening my safety." The HOA president tries to backpedal, but my wife ends the conversation. She goes over to the HOA message board and posts that the HOA has been trying too strong. Arm her into signing over the mortgage and tax documents. She also mentioned that the HOA had threatened her safety. Within 10 minutes of posting, the HOA president shows up at her door demanding to know who sent that message and demanding that she retract the post. My wife responds, "You're not welcome here. Please leave." The HOA president tries to push his way in, and my wife closes the door. At this point, my wife calls the non-emergency police line. When the cops show up, the HOA president tries to claim that my wife assaulted him when she closed the door on him. The officers tell him that since he'd trespassed and had been warned to leave, he should consider himself lucky that he wasn't getting arrested for criminal trespass. They also told him that if he had any issues with the documents, he needs to take it up with the courts and that it was ridiculous that he sent a private security guard to my house instead of just having my wife drop the documents off at the guard shack. Then the HOA president starts spouting a bunch of BS about how he didn't send anyone, just wanted to talk to my wife. At this point, one of the officers tells him that he needs to stop wasting their time and his breath and to just leave. My wife found out later that the HOA paid a private security company to send someone to retrieve the documents. My wife also found out that the guard that came to our house was the same guard that was working at the HOA gate the day that they tried to take our dogs. It turns out that the HOA hired this security company to come to our house because the guard at the gate could get my wife to sign over the documents. My wife, being a county sheriff, had our home security system page her. When the guard showed up at the door, she also had the guard in her sights when she answered the door. If my wife hadn't been a sheriff, she very well may have shot that guard. So yeah, the HOA tried to use a third party to strong-arm my wife into signing over the documents, and they failed. I'm actually surprised that the HOA hasn't tried anything since then. Maybe they learned their lesson, or maybe they waiting for my deployment to end so they can try something else. Either way, it's been quiet on the HOA front for now. Yeah, wow, what an absolutely insane story. I really hope that OP updates us when this story is over, because I feel like it definitely will continue. But anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed that malicious compliance. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story.